friends, Haleigh like Halle Berry here, and this is the best day of my life. To be clear, I want to give a quick disclaimer. I love Apple, I really do, but they have just really screwed me over in these past few weeks, months, you know, whatever you want to call it. I have been struggling for my life trying to make this YouTube channel, and let me just tell you a little story of how my dream is being lost by the second because of Apple. So basically, for background, in like 2014, my parents bought me a brand new MacBook Air. And I mean, it was the greatest day of my life. Like, it was the best gift I'd ever gotten. They got it for me for school and shit, but 5 years later, I still use it for everything. And so 5 years later, that 128 gigabyte MacBook Air doesn't exactly sustain its tasks as well as it used to. And so it got to a point where every single time I tried to do almost anything on my MacBook, I would get this message that was like, your startup disk is full. And I had no space to do anything. So my dad bought me this thing called a Passport for Mac, and it's like a external hard drive, and it was like 1 terabyte of space. And I was like, okay, perfect. What I'll do is I'll move everything on my computer to this little external hard drive, and basically I will just run everything from now on live support, which is basically my external hard drive being connected all the time to my MacBook. So fast forward to now, which is a couple years later, and I decide I want to start a YouTube. Of course, this is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, and I feel like I have the motivation and the drive to do it, and I'm like, I'm ready to do this. This is what I want to do. And then I'm like, oh wait, how the heck am I gonna make this work with what I've got? Now, before you click off this video, just know there's a moral to this story. I promise I'm getting to it, and it's going to kind of wrap around exactly how you can kind of grow from the situation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, point is, I decided I wanted to make a YouTube channel, and I was like, all right, you know what? Screw all the obstacles, let's do this. Let's jump right in. So I did. I posted my first video, which I'll link right here, and I was really happy about it, except it took me so long to get to that point because every time I want to open iMovie or do hardly anything, it takes a good amount of time for my computer to load it and to get the editing going. So finally, I post my video, I get really good feedback from all my friends and family who see it, and I'm like inspired. I'm like, okay, this was tough. It was tough to get to that point. I'm using a freaking iPhone to film. I'm using like this janky Walmart light, and you know, it's whatever. And I'm using iMovie to edit these kinds of complex edits I want to do, but I'm making it work. And then the second video comes around. I'll link that one right up here too, which is my personal favorite of the two that I've posted so far because I shortened it down and made it much more succinct and efficient, and I think it just like is a really good video for the quality, and like I really like the message that it sends. And so finally, I decide I have a perfect video idea that I want to make. I sit down one day and I'm like, I'm filming today. I film it, and then I start immediately working on editing it. And I'm editing this video, and I'm just going off, and I'm making it even more improved upon my last 2 videos. I'm like, okay, I'm on a roll here. I can do this video in a certain amount of hours work. I end up putting about 20 hours of work into editing this video. And then one day, I'm over at my boyfriend Austin's house, and we are getting some work done, and I decide to edit my video, and I'm almost done with the video. I have like a minute left that I haven't edited, and I just have to like clip up a few final things, and then I'm ready to post it. And I'm so excited I put so much work into this video. And then all of a sudden, my Passport for Mac, my external hard drive, gives me a little error message at the top that says, your Passport for Mac has suddenly, unexpectedly quit. It was improperly ejected. Now, before you freak out about that, don't worry, that happened all the time. I mean, my cord for the external hard drive was kind of janky, so if it got even shifted in a slight sense, it would kind of come out a little bit and then I'd get that error message. But every single time that happened, I just unplugged my external hard drive, plugged it back in, opened iMovie again, and it worked. But this time, I didn't get that same satisfying return to all my progress. Instead, I got this message I'd never seen before that said, after iMovie, first of all, took about 5 minutes to load, it then gave me this message that was like, 0 of 39 items have attempted to be restored or repaired. And I said, well, what do you mean 0 items were attempted to be repaired? I definitely started freaking out at that point. Still not sure if it was completely gone because again, this had happened time and time again over years of having iMovie and, you know, whatever. But, you know, I still had my hopes up. I was like, okay, what's going on? Austin's over here like kind of concerned for me and whatnot, but I'm just kind of trying to keep my cool, figure it out. Anyways, finally, iMovie loads again, and lo and behold, every single project that I have done in my YouTube career and on iMovie pretty much ever is there. Plot twist, right? It's there. Except the one that I spent 20 hours and almost finished making for you guys. So again, this is the best day of my life. No, but in all reality, this whole, you know, my attitude for this video right now definitely is giving off probably a negative vibe about, because that was a really heartbreaking experience because, I mean, I had made every small edit, everything, the entire project was just deleted. I'm not kidding when I say it's deleted, like it's gone. I can't find it anywhere. And you know, even the files on my computer got corrupted, like they are gone too. So that crap's out the window. I'm really sad about it, but don't worry because here comes that moral to the story. The moral of the story is that sometimes things can seem like the end of the world, but in those cases you just have to move forward and keep going. I can't sit here and be like,
oh my god, all my work is deleted. I can't do YouTube again. I can't ever post this video.
No, I have to sit here and be like, okay, I filmed that content. It's good content and I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna have to start up a new project and I'm gonna have to edit that crap all over again. And look what even came out of it. I got to film this video. Now, while this isn't my most conventional video, I felt like talking about it to people who would understand in some capacity, and kind of felt like I owed an explanation to the people who were expecting that video very soon, that it disappeared. So, you get opportunities from doors that close. And one quote that I absolutely love is, just when the caterpillar thought the world was ending, she became a butterfly. Now this video might not exactly be my butterfly moment, but you get the picture. It's about growing through what you go through, and I kind of took this as a learning moment to say, hey, maybe there were flaws inherent to that video that I never would have seen if I just went through with it and posted it. Now I can, edit it a little more closely. Now it'll probably not take me as much time to edit it because I know the creative direction I'm going in and things like that. In this kind of instance, like it's often easier said than done, but you can't choose the things that happen to you. You simply cannot choose the things that happen to you, but you can choose how you react to them. And so I'm choosing to make the best of this moment, even though it stinks. I am choosing to grow from this, hopefully get better, take more care of the cords that I have for my Passport for Mac so that I don't have this happen again, and things like that. It's really just a matter of your mindset, and that's what I'm trying to work on here. I'm using this as an opportunity. So I want to thank you guys for listening to this up and down story, but one last really important thing I want to say before I end this video is that Apple's really cool, okay? I'm like, oh my god, Apple disappointed me, they ruined my YouTube career. But realistically, Apple is a wonderful company. They're incredible at what they do. They create incredible products. Yeah, sometimes it's a little annoying when you gotta buy an adapter for every single freaking plug you want to put into your appliance, but you know, they have their ups and downs just like every tech they have their ups and downs just like every tech company and every company in general. So it's kind of a give or take there. And I just want to say, I mean, I love Apple, you know, I really appreciate their products. I love their UI, etc., etc. And one thing I want to say is that Apple support just might be the most incredible part about that company. I have had to talk on the phone for collectively very many hours trying to fix the problems with this little guy right here, and my phone as well as other phones, and just endless app problems and things like that I've probably brought upon myself from user error. But the point is, I've had to talk to Apple support countless times. I'm a pro at it. And they, every single time, give me this response. Within a minute or less, they talk on the phone with me, and they give me the answer almost every single time. I am almost never disappointed walking away. This was the only time that I actually walked away feeling really unresolved and really disappointed, but that was also not their fault. You just can't fix things if a computer processor completely erases a file. Like, it just doesn't, they can't, there's no troubleshooting for that. I mean, they did try, don't get me wrong, they definitely did try. They talked with me for 45 minutes on the phone and were really supportive and really helpful. Thanks, Tony. But yeah, if you ever have a problem with your Apple anything, go to Apple support. It's very easy. You just put your number in, your Apple ID and stuff. They give you a call in like a minute or less. Like, usually it's seconds after you press the button, and then you're on the phone with the representative immediately. And it's really, I love their customer support system. So thank you guys so much for getting to this point in the video. Thanks for listening to the moral of the story and also kind of waiting out for my little tip on Apple support. I am going to be posting that video very soon because I finally got my iMovie working again, I think. And so very shortly after this video, hopefully, I will have that video posted. And yeah, everybody have a wonderful day. Hallelujah for Apple support today on this fine day, and also hallelujah to all of you, of course. And yeah, Haleigh like Halle Berry out. Hello?
The gypsy cried.